also got the wages listed here regarding the planning commission, the PC chair and the secretary get $45 a meeting, and the PC members get $40 a meeting. And updated oaths will be given at that January 23rd meeting. And then I will reach out to the attorneys to send letters to the planning commission members that have been reconstituted, and request any and all township documents be returned on that date on the 23rd. So, next up, we'll go ahead and open it up for public comment. State your name, where you're from, and we got 3 minutes.
Brenda Garski, like on Navajo Trail. And I'm kind of glad to see this, but I really found it odd that after one term, all of a sudden Julia had an end date on her form that wasn't there when she signed it. And then new people floated on that had interest in the turbines. And so I'm so happy to see that you're just getting a flow of a little bit of everybody, not just the maximum of I'm gonna benefit from this or not benefit. So that's just my take on it, and I was flabbergasted when they let her go because she had vested interest, and she's the only one that really studied before the meeting. And everybody, I think, that came to those meetings could tell that. So, just my opinion.
I'm just curious, it's a good thing that the road commission, the final bid was so much lower. Do you know why they were so much lower? Usually it's, pretty close.
Right, he was kind of shocked too. He said that the firm that they were using for this bridge project usually had a plus or minus with their original quote, and this one happened to come in. I don't know if it's because of
They need to work this time of year.
when they're doing it or whatever, but I'm not complaining.
No,
I mean,
it's a
that
good thing.
big
I just
savings.
never heard them being that far off.
Yeah,
I was curious.
I know that the price of materials dropped drastically.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, the total cost
That
of the
comes from
bridge
a couple
project,
different contractors that I know.
the total cost is almost $900,000. So the county's using some of their funds, the ARPA funds, and then the township's, portion of it, down to $44,000. I think that's pretty good.
How long will the road be closed?
Until the bridge is done.
It's gonna be like Langston Bridge?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't gotten much details on that. All I got was the quote and the contract, so I was jumping.
We're ready to start February.
Dave.
Myers, Winfield Township. Regarding conflict of interest, you reviewed the conflict of interest policy tonight. You had a couple of nays. Motion did pass. Is that a signature thing that's required of the people that are on the board and all the committees as well? And so there were nay votes. Does that mean that those folks are not going to be signing the conflict of interest? And if that's the case, what happens?
Well, the motion passed, so that, basically you sign it or you can look for other opportunities, is what the attorney said.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Sorry. Who was first? That was a tie.
Obviously, with John Black, Winfield.
Yeah.
Derek Dickerson. Could you explain, where is he?
Derek expressed interest right when we were elected. He's been a contractor, both residential and commercial construction, and he is currently a realtor. And I believe he's here in the audience tonight.
Here. Where's your residence and what do you?
Indian Lakes.
Indian Lakes. And I guess I just wanna make sure that we preserve farmland to have some representation. I don't know, it's kinda limited. Couple things, the conflict conflicts of interest, will we be seeing a copy of this? Will it be posted on the website, or how does the public get a look at it?
It can be.
Get a copy tonight, or?
I have it in an email if you want, oh, you have some?
Well, we gotta get some of these signed too, so.
Oh, yeah, I just can't get you to sign it.
Thank you. And then, I don't know if anything's been done with the floor joist problem downstairs. I know me and Steve toted some oak down there.
No,
We got
no,
six,
no,
we got six
Heavy.
floor joists, some volunteers, we can strew that wall out.
Yes. Find the time to get in here and do it and.
I mean, it's just that simple.
Right.
Good. Yes, if we could have a work day where
Steve's got a
four
key.
or five guys could get down there and we could strew that up in a couple of hours.
The wall, or are you talking just?
The floor joists are rotten and right where they sit on the sill plate. We need to,
A contractor that I had look at it said to come out 12 inches from
yeah,
the wall
but
and put them up.
we can get you a couple of years.
You won't have to throw away the wall.
Well, now that we shut the spigot off out here that was just dripping into the basement there, that solves a little bit of the water problem, but still, it's there, and, if we get rolling on this new one, without putting too much more into this.
If you're gonna give me on your moratorium on, solar, standalones are gonna be under the moratorium.
What?
I mean, I don't wanna miss that, I'm probably the second biggest electric user in the township. Standalone
Is it for your personal residence, is it for your business, is it
for my dairy farm, it's my
for dairy
personal
farm?
farm.
So that would fall under commercial or industrial.
It's our house,
But some residents benefit
it's
from
resident,
that
it's a
power.
residence, it's all the same.
It's all together, so.
But I would like to get a standalone before some of these credits go away also.
Power is used to his only and not.
Not feeding the grid.
I'm not feeding the grid, I'm,
So that would be the accessory structure, wouldn't it, Dave?
Yeah, it would have to have a permit, okay, that's what we're waiting for, the attorney's
Right.
opinion on that, that's,
I mean, you said to go ahead with rooftops, but
mean,
some of us, that's not practical.
Yeah. In your case, that's where we can get a permit and then just waiting on that opinion from the attorney, which I'm hoping to have at the beginning of the week.
So you're just talking ground on it?
Yeah, that's something that'll be addressed too. If it's for your own personal use and all that, you're not feeding the grid, then that's the same thing as if someone in Lakeside residential wanted to put it on the rooftop.
I got a $4,000 bill a month. So I need a fair amount of electricity to.
I guess the biggest, I don't know how many panels that would be, is that a wood issue, I don't know, like how, there's still guidelines with a lot of the small solar in terms of size.
Our consumers have 20 kilowatt capacity max, but you have two residences too, so. Yeah, so I don't know how consumers would handle it, being that high of capacity.
Well, I like the opportunity to.
Yeah.
Let's get the opinion from the attorney, we'll get it to Dave, and then you can submit a permit or application if not to him, and we'll proceed from there, so. Anybody else? Sir, Ken.
Garrett Black, Winfield Township. I'm not John's brother, okay? Just wanna go out on a limb here. Yeah. Alright. Bridge, Bailey Road, north of 46. It goes, school bus goes over that twice a day. Okay? Needs to be something done. It it's been over 100 years since they put
We gotta,
they did anything with that.
we're
And
meeting
it
with,
needs to be, it needs to be what it needs to be is a cement, one of them cement block deals that gonna need to go in for a bridge.
Change it to a culvert.
No, you can't, because the trout won't, they won't swim upstream if you have a tube. Just tell them, no, you think they will.
We need a fish ladder there?
I've been told this by the DNR, right around the corner, there's two big tubes sitting there, I have no idea, am I not right? Or you wanna get in on this?
Actually, I think when there's a fire in that direction, you won't cross it with your fire truck, yeah.
There you go.
Okay. We are, meeting with Mark Christensen from the Road Commission, on the 25th. I had discussions with him, they had, somewhat of a roundup of supervisors, throughout the county. Each had 20-minute slots, and I worked a day job, he couldn't get there, and so we missed our slot, but Mark's agreed to meet with us, sit down and plan out this year's, and that's something that we'll bring to his attention. And you said that was on Bailey?
North of 46.
North of
Or
Yankee.
north, well, it's north of Yankee.
North of Yankee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, we'll get with him and that, otherwise, I mean, you're welcome to call the road commission to yourself and, explain the concern to them too, that kind of lights the fire and puts it on their radar also. It'll be on our radar for whatever we meet with them for discussion, so.
Yeah, but it's not a good shape.
Anybody else?
Sir Murphy, Winfield Township. Hello, I'm Mike, I'm sorry. Meeting ago, I believe this gentleman was Minor Solar, am I correct, or
No,
no?
no, no.
Somebody else. Okay. The gentleman was Minor Solar, seems to be a big wig to do with the solar. And he stated that he's just a little bit in residential and kind of fiddles around with a little bit. His capacity is much greater than that. I think we need to watch, and I apologize to you.
He does kind of look like that guy.
You do.
That's the hat.
That's the hat.
So, sorry, awareness, we need to watch for our own township and not what they're doing outside of the area to try to bring in. Solar's a mess, nasty stuff. That's all, thank you.
Still waiting. Killing roaches. Anybody else? Sir.
Derek Dickerson, the introduction's already been done, so I guess I'll save that. Looking forward to it. One thing that I will say that it's nice to see is communication between the people out here and the people sitting up there. That never happened before.
Anybody else?
I'll second him.
And one last call. Anybody else? Alright, if that's it, we'll close public comments and then board member comments. Steve? Anything?
I don't have anything.
Julia?
I don't have anything either, I was thinking about the solar ordinance that was passed that got referendum, and the last I knew anyway, it was like 25 kilowatt max, I think, for residential.
That's not very many.
I think that's what it was, I mean, do you remember, John?
I just
remember
remembered,
that
I thought we put some criteria in it that had, that you couldn't produce more than what you could use.
But there was a number, unless you guys
We
changed that.
raised it
Annual,
to like 20.
was that annual, you think,
There was a part in there, I remember, that stated that, farms and people that used more, as long as they didn't,
Sell it.
export?
how
So,
do I put it to the point that it was as commercial as far as putting the light onto the grid. That it, if I remember right, the wording said mainly use for,
Primarily or something
Yeah.
like that was the term.
I just just hope when you finalize the personal use that you will include farm usage too. Because it's gonna be more than a residential house, obviously.
Yeah, so I'll have to look at
It's primarily areas that they should be taking into consideration.
What do I got?
Yep.
I meant to bring this up earlier, Kathy, at our last meeting, you had mentioned that as a supervisor, I can't make motions. I did call and clarify with the MTA and their legal counsel there, and their explanation back to me is absolutely I can. We are all trustees of the township, we all represent the township. I may be the supervisor and I lead meetings, but I can also make motions, I can second motions, and.
I don't know, that was what my understanding was. I was in good faith contesting, so I don't know.
I wanted to follow up on that, I did speak with the MTA, and I'm just as equal, all five of us are equal at this table. We each have different responsibilities.
And they did say at the MTA retreat, I don't mean to interrupt,
I'm sorry.
that we're all expected to vote. So like the supervisor doesn't just vote to break a tie, he's expected to vote on all motions.
Right,
Well, sometimes Phyllis did.
obligated.
Yeah, so just to clarify that too.
I too called MTA before you told me that you did. And they said, yes, you can, but it's highly recommended that they don't.
Right, I'm not making motions on every single item.
Well,
It's just, no one's doing it, then I'm gonna proceed with it, so. But that's all I got. Kevin?
And as far as your comment about the 1, 2, and 3 year, the lawyers did say that was the initial way to set up a committee. So they would end up with staggered, and then after that, they would all transition to a 3-year term. So,
That's where now we're starting with a clean slate, you know, so then the 1-year terms, if they wanna proceed with it next year, after their 1 years expire, they'll go to a 3-year and just kind of rotate the cycle from there.
otherwise you still end up with everyone coming out at the same time.
Right, no, I agree, I agree.
Kathy, you got anything? No. Alright, I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second that, all in favor? Aye. Thank you for coming.